Once there was a man, Sam, who lived with his wife and 2 kids in a small house. He loved gardening and spent most of his free time caring for his kitchen garden behind the house. He grew fresh vegetables, flowers, and a few herbs. Gardening was not just his hobby. It was his peace. But his peace was often disturbed by his neighbor, Mr. Ben. Mr. Ben owned several hens that always found their way into Sam's garden. No matter how many times Sam reminded him, the careless neighbor just laughed and made excuses. One morning, Sam woke up early and stretched his arms. He thought happily,
"Soon we'll have fresh tomatoes and carrots from our own garden."
But as he stepped outside and walked into the garden, his smile disappeared. Hens were roaming around, pecking at the plants. The leaves were torn, and the vegetables lay scattered on the ground.
"Oh no,"
Sam sighed.
"My poor plants."
Just then, he heard a knock at the main door. When he opened it, his neighbor, Mr. Ben, was standing there with a nervous smile.
"Oh, they just dislocated by mistake,"
he said quickly. He went into the garden, gathered his hens, muttered a few excuses, and walked away with a fake smile. Sam shook his head and went back inside. In the kitchen, Grace was serving breakfast. The table looked warm and ready. Toast, butter, and tea. Their kids, Lily and Tom, sat at the table. Lily spread butter on her toast, and Tom reached for jam. Sam sat down quietly and picked up a slice of toast. Grace noticed and asked, "What happened?" He said,
"Those hens again. They destroyed my garden. Every day, it's the same story."
Grace sighed. "You should talk to him again."
"I did,"
Sam replied.
"but he always smiles and walks away."
The next morning, Sam saw the hens again in his garden. They were walking around, clucking and laying eggs near the plants. A few minutes later, Mr. Ben arrived with a small basket in his hand. He smiled and said,
"Ah, there you are, girls. Such hard-working hens, aren't they?"
Sam crossed his arms and said,
"Hardworking. Yes, but in my garden again. Mr. Ben."
Mr. Ben chuckled awkwardly.
"Oh, come on, Sam. We're neighbors. It's no big deal if they wander here once in a while."
Sam looked at his broken plants and replied calmly,
"Maybe not for you, but for me. These plants mean something."
Mr. Ben waved his hand carelessly.
All right. I'll take them back."
He quickly collected the eggs, smiled, and added,
Thanks for keeping an eye on them.
Sam replied calmly.
Sure, but it's becoming a daily job.
Mr. Ben pretended not to hear and walked away, humming to himself. Sam watched him go and thought,
Let's see. What happens tomorrow?
The next morning, Sam woke up early again. He went to the garden and looked around. Several hens were already there, clucking and pecking around the plants. Eggs were scattered under bushes and near the fence. He fetched a basket, picked up the eggs carefully, and went inside.
Grace,
He called cheerfully.
fresh eggs for breakfast. Straight from our garden.
Grace turned, surprised.
Oh dear. What if Mr. Ben gets angry?
Sam chuckled.
He won't. He told me yesterday, we're neighbors, Sam. The hens don't know fences.
Just then, Tom and Lucy ran in, eyes wide. Tom asked,
Dad, did the hens come again?
Yes, champ,
Sam grinned.
they did. And they left us a gift.
Lucy clapped her hands.
Yay! I want 2 fried eggs.
Grace laughed and started cooking. The smell of fried eggs filled the kitchen. Soon, everyone was enjoying the delicious breakfast together. After a while, Mr. Ben came, looking puzzled.
Hey! Where are my hen's eggs?
He asked. Sam smiled calmly and said,
Come on. Ben. We're neighbors. What's wrong? If I eat the eggs your hens laid in my garden?
Mr. Ben had no answer. He left quietly, avoiding Sam's eyes. The next morning, there were no hens in the garden. The plants stood fresh and clean, and Sam smiled with relief.